Hi guys, welcome. So today we are going to be training Tasha, and it's going to be another storytime training video. And today I'm going to be sharing a story that I'm a little bit nervous to put out because this actually happened to me and I'm still kind of friends with this person, I guess. Well, I have them on my friends list, but I haven't seen them online in like 2 years. So if they see this, they are probably going to realize that it's about them. And I'm not going to be using real names, and this person has never been on my channel before, so it's not a big deal. You're not going to be able to find this person on YouTube, on Instagram, nowhere. Yeah. So let's get started. By the way, look at the new silver glade. Like, it looks so weird. Like, it needs to be bigger or something. Like, it just looks a little thin to me. Like, make it a thickie, please. So, as you have probably guessed by the title, today is a really weird story because it's about a girl who stalked me, like, on Star Stable. And this happened a pretty long time ago. I think it might have been 2.5 years now. It was a while ago. And so you won't be able to find this person anywhere. I'm going to be using a fake name, all of that good stuff, you know. That way we can keep this person's privacy private. So, yeah. So, like I've said about 1 billion times now, this all started about 2.5 years ago, I want to say. And I was invited to join this girl. Let's call her Mandy. I was invited to join Mandy's club. And I was a pretty big noob at this time, and this girl was like a level 19. So, like, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I would love to join your club, like, So, after being invited into this girl's club, I got to know her really, really well. And it's not a club that you guys know. It hasn't been featured on my channel or anything like that. You're not going to be able to find out who this person is. Just give it up. But anyways, after I was invited into this girl's club, I ended up getting to know this club owner, Mandy, very, very well. And we actually became friends for a really, really long time. And we were cool. We would hang out a lot. And, like, you know, every time I would get on or one of the other got on, we would always hang out. And she seemed, like, really, really cool to me. And so I liked her a lot. So I liked this girl a lot. We would call all the time. We would talk. It was really cool. It was really fun to be a part of this girl's club. But I think that everyone has kind of experienced from time to time, when you get on, you don't always want to go and be with your club. Sometimes you want to hang out with friends outside of your club. Sometimes you don't want to hang out with anybody at all. Sometimes you're just getting on to, like, complete a quest or do training for the day and then you want to get off. Like, you don't always want to be on and a part of the club and be, like, hanging out with people, you know? Hello? Yeah? Okay, give me a sec. I literally just stopped for an hour to go drive my dad somewhere, and then I had to go fix my car. So I have no idea where I left off in the story. So I'm just gonna pick up where I think I left off, and please tell me if I'm wrong. So where I think I left off, I was talking about how every time I would get on, this girl Mandy would want to play with me, and which is totally fine. Like, I really enjoyed her company at this point. I thought that she was really cool, and she was just, you know, I liked hanging out with her. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So at this point, Mandy was, like, really cool. We would always hang out. But every single time I would get on, she would, like, get mad at me if I didn't want to, you know, play with her or hang out with the club that day. And we all feel that way sometimes. Every once in a while, everyone just needs, their private space. That's like human nature. It's normal, But Mandy didn't seem to think so, and she kind of had a problem with respecting boundaries. And so it was very hard for me to continue to be friends with her that way and continue having a good, healthy relationship with her when she just kept saying, like, no, you're online, you must hang out with me, you cannot hang out with anybody else. It became really overbearing. But she ended up becoming very overbearing, and it was just too much for me. So I didn't want to be mean or anything. I kept her in my friends list and stuff, but I ended up moving servers because it was a lot. It was just a lot. And I actually didn't leave the club when I did this because I just wanted it to seem like I wasn't on all the time, so maybe that way she would stop trying to call me or text me, because she would do that a lot. She would constantly call and text me, and it became a real problem, over Discord, of course, but still, it was bad. So right after I switched servers, she started blowing up everything that she had. And by everything that she had, I mean, we were friends on Instagram and on Discord. We had added each other, and we talked all the time, like I'd mentioned before, because we were friends at one point. And so she just started blowing me up, like, where are you? Why haven't you been on? All this stuff. I just ignored her. I chose to do that because it was a lot for me. It was a lot. And I was, young at this time. It was, 2.5 years ago. So I was probably 3 years younger than I was now, and I didn't know the best way to handle it. And at that point, I probably should have just ignored her, put her on my ignore list and I shouldn't have made it possible for this to go any further, is what I mean. Oh my god, that came from my gut. But after so long of her messaging and trying to get a hold of me, I finally felt bad enough that I responded and I said, hey, I haven't been on in a while, but I've got some family stuff going on, probably not gonna be on. And then she yelled at me for it. She ended up saying, how dare you? You were my only friend. I've been cutting because of you. And first of all, huge disclaimer. If you have any kind of problem like that, I'm going to leave all of those numbers and suicide prevention lines in the description below. And please go get yourself some help, because I never want to ever come off like I don't support that kind of thing or I don't feel for that kind of thing, because that is very serious, and my family has personally been subject to a lot of suicides in our family, and it's hard to deal with, and no one should have to go through it. And if you're alone, please talk to somebody, please talk to me. I'm always here. So she was yelling at me for all this stuff, saying you're the reason I'm depressed, you're the reason I'm suicidal, all of these things, which at the time, I truly believed. And I don't ever want to invalidate anybody's feelings ever. That is not my goal by saying this. But I could not have possibly been the reason. We weren't, that close. We weren't best friends. Sure, we would play together every time that we got on. But it's not like we had each other's phone numbers or knew each other's real name. There was nothing, really real about that friendship. You know what I mean? So then it couldn't have possibly been true, but I did blame myself for a long time for this girl being so depressed and so out of it, and I just felt terrible. And so I found out what server she was on again. I changed servers, and I decided to continue to be friends with her because I felt guilty. I felt that I was the reason that she was doing all of these things to herself. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention I got a new mic. Really weird place to put this in, but yeah, so fun. So one thing I should mention though is that this entire time we'd been friends for about 6 or 7 months, friends, putting quotation marks around that. So we had built a friendship about 6 or 7 months before any of this happened. And then I moved to a different server. I tried to get away from her, all that. And then we started leading up into this part. And then the other thing I am going to mention and talking about is that, remember, this entire time, I have still been a part of her club. Like, I've just kind of been lying to her, which, don't lie, but like, in this case, I felt like I had to, which there was always another option, aka hit the ignore button, you crazy psycho. But this entire time, I have still been a part of her club. Oh my god, my butt itches. Why does it itch? So I finally moved back to the server that she's on. I begin to start a friendship with her again, thinking that this is all my fault, what she's going through, which it wasn't, and I didn't know that. I didn't realize that then, but I know it now. So then we start to become friends again, and it actually seems really good. Like, it seems like a normal friendship you would have with someone. Like, she's not acting crazy. Like, every time I get on or she gets on, she's not like demanding that I hang out with her. It's actually like, it looks like things have changed, and so like, I'm open to a new relationship with her. I don't say anything, I just keep having a friendship with her. And so after kind of reinstating a normal friendship with her, I end up getting an offer to join another club, which this club I had actually trying to get into for a long time, because a lot of my best friends online were in this club, and I wanted to, you know, be in a club with them. And they all spoke very, very highly of this club, and they told me that they really enjoyed being in it, and they had a lot of fun. And so, granted, I wanted to be in it with them. So after getting this offer from this owner from this other club, I actually sat on this decision for a long time, because at this point in my life, I still felt like the reason that she was doing these things were because of me. And so I ended up sitting on this decision for a really, really long time, not knowing what to do about it. But in the end, I ended up deciding that this other club, not the club that I was currently in with this girl Mandy, but this other club with my other best friends, I decided to want to be a part of that club more than the club that I was currently in. So when I made the decision to leave this girl Mandy's club and go join another one, I mailed her very respectfully, and I told her what was going on. I told her that I felt like this was a better opportunity for me, and I was going to be a part of this club instead. And I was very sorry, and I hope that we can still be friends, and you know, the whole speech you give. And she was actually very polite about it. She was like very mature about it. She said, I respect your decision. Thank you for being such a big part of this club. I would love to continue to be friends with you. Like, it looked like she had matured like a lot and realized that she was acting a little bit of a fool, and I was totally okay with that. I was happy with that. So about a week goes by of me being in this new club, and I honestly really, really enjoyed being in this new club. All of my friends were there. I was very included. I felt like it was a really good place for me to be. So one day our club owner gets on and she says, hey, I've been interviewing this girl and she seems really nice and like she would be a very good addition to our club. And so I'm going to go ahead and add her. I've talked to the other owners about it. They all think it's a good idea. Yada, yada, yada. You get it. And so obviously we're all really happy. We're about to get another member. And lo and behold, guess whose name flashed across the screen when we added the newest member? It was Mandy. So Mandy's name flashes across the screen and I have no idea what to do. And the first thing that she says in club chat, like, all these people are welcoming her. They're like, hi, welcome to the club, all this good stuff. And she goes, oh my gosh, Hazel, I've been missing you so much. I've been tracking you down and looking for you, and I finally got into this club just to be with you. So when she ends up joining the club, I have a mini heart attack, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, like, what happened to your club, you know? A reasonable question. And she says, oh, I disbanded so I can come be with you, which is weird. It's really weird because she had other friends in the club. It's not like I was her only friend, you know. Everyone liked her a lot because generally she was like a really, really nice person. But to me, she kind of acted weird and different and a little bit stalkerish. And so I ended up telling my club owner what was going on because I didn't know what to do. And she took it into account and ended up kicking her from the club, which I felt so bad about. Then Mandy ended up coming to me and saying, I can't believe you got me kicked from the club that I wanted to be in so bad, and I joined just so that way I could be with you. You're so selfish. You don't deserve anything you have. I hate you. And I'm still feeling like everything that she's saying is completely true. Like I'm a terrible, terrible person, and it's just such a bad situation at this point that I end up ignoring her because it's too much for one person to handle, and I really couldn't handle this at this point in my life. Like, I was young. I didn't know what to do, and this was someone that I met online, so for all I know, it could have been like a middle-aged man on the other side of the computer screen. And so that's what I did. And then one day I made a YouTube video. You know, I posted it, and I forgot that she had known what my YouTube was, and so she ended up reaching out to me through YouTube. And she actually gave me a really nice, like, long apology. And I said, you know, thank you, I appreciate that, all this good stuff. And we ended up friending each other back. We haven't talked, we're on different servers, and I'm going to keep it that way. And it was just way, way too much for me. And really, no offense, Mandy, but I'm glad it's over with. But yeah, that's my star stable stalker story. Oh my god. Try saying that 10 times fast. Star stable stalker story, star stable stalker story, star stable stalker story. Anyways, that's my star stable stalker story. And I really hope you all enjoyed it. And please, if there's no way you're ever gonna find out who this person is, she's not online at all, like, you won't find out, like, it's not a big deal. But if anybody does, for whatever reason, don't send her hate. Like, we're cool now, it's fine. She was young, I was freaked out, she got some help, we're all good now, it's all Gucci. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Those links for self-help will be left in the description if you need it. I please encourage you to go get it. I will always be here if you need someone to talk to. Talk to someone you trust, talk to someone you love, talk to anybody. Okay? I love you all. Bye, guys.